Hello everyone, it's Andy Rickley, Superintendent of Papillion La Vista Community Schools. Thank you for joining us. We'd like to talk to you tonight a little bit about Virtual Graduation 101. Before we talk about that though, I'd like to just say a few words about graduation in the last few weeks. We know that fourth quarter hasn't gone the way that you or your student expected, and we're deeply sorry for that. We know that the COVID-19 pandemic has impacted a whole variety of organizations, including the school district, and it's impacted your life and your student's life. However, since this is a new way of doing business, we thought it might be helpful to share some information about what a virtual graduation looks like. So our Director of Communication, Ms. Annette Iman, will be talking a little bit about what the virtual graduation is, how to view it, and answer any questions you may have about the upcoming events. Thank you again for being so supportive, and congratulations on graduation.
Thank you, Dr. Rickley. So what I want to talk to you today about is what is a virtual graduation? How do you go about watching a virtual graduation? What does it mean to our seniors as well as to their families to actually have a virtual graduation ceremony? I want to start by going through the weekend activities. So we've planned a weekend celebration in honor of our class of 2020. So on May 8th, it'll begin with the Honors Night ceremony being posted at 6 o'clock that night. Then on Saturday, May 9th, we have Warner Park fireworks in honor of our seniors, the Monarchs and the Titans. And then on May 10th, we have the actual culminating activity of the weekend, which is the virtual graduation. The Monarch graduation is at 1 o'clock and the South graduation is at 5 o'clock. Throughout that whole weekend, we're also going to have a variety of social media activities that are happening. We're going to post congratulation messages from a variety of people, highlights from the class of what's been happening, all sorts of just engaging opportunities on social media. We would also encourage our seniors to post things on social media, their most memorable moment about their senior year, or their most memorable moment about their 13 years of education. And we would encourage parents to do the same thing. Share those baby pictures of your graduate. Share a memory that you have about their 13 years of education in the school district. If you post on social media, we would encourage you to use the hashtag Monarchs 2020 or hashtag Titans 2020. And that way, all of us can view and see and engage in everything that's being posted on social media to celebrate this class of 2020. I also want to point out that we are still optimistic and hopeful that we will get to have an in-person ceremony on August 2nd. We originally scheduled that for early July, and then we heard from the governor and the education commissioner that potentially we would not be allowed to do any in-person graduation ceremonies until August. So we scrambled to get a new date, and that date is August 2nd. It's a Sunday. The Monarch graduation would be at 1 o'clock, and the South graduation would be at 5 o'clock. We did have to switch the location, so it's really important to note that. The graduation ceremony in August, if we are allowed to do that under the new directed health measures, the graduation ceremony will be held at Ralston Arena, not at Baxter Arena. So we moved it to the Ralston Arena to get the date of August 2nd. So let's talk virtual graduation. What is a virtual graduation? Basically, it's going to be a graduation ceremony viewed in the comfort of your own home. There's a lot of pieces of the traditional graduation ceremony that we're going to keep as part of this virtual graduation, like the presentation of a diploma. Only that's going to happen virtually to each of our graduates. Our overall goal of this virtual graduation ceremony is to really personalize the ceremony, give it a unique Titan and Monarch flair, and make it really extra special for this senior class. So where do you watch the virtual graduation ceremony? It's going to be shown on Facebook, on your high school Facebook pages, both high schools, as well as the school YouTube channels, so the high school YouTube channels. And I'm going to talk about that here a little bit more in depth. On Facebook, we're actually going to do what we call a video premiere. Do you have to have a Facebook account to watch this video? No, you do not. And we get that question frequently with a lot of the Facebook things we do. I don't have a Facebook account, can I watch it? Yes, anyone can click on Facebook and watch the video that we're posting and watch the virtual graduation ceremony. However, to do some of the unique things that I'm going to talk about here in a second, you do have to have a Facebook account. But you can absolutely just click on the link and go in and watch the video. You just can't do some of the extra things without an actual Facebook account. For Facebook, for the Monarchs, the video will actually start at 12:45. The ceremony, the virtual graduation ceremony part, will not begin until 1. For the Titans, it'll start at 4:45, but it will not actually, the ceremony part won't actually begin until 5 o'clock. Why are we doing that? We're doing that because with a video premiere on Facebook, once it starts, you can't stop it, you can't rewind it. And we wanted to give families like a 15-minute grace time to just make sure everything's working. To make sure that you don't miss the first part of the actual graduation ceremony. And just to make sure that families have the opportunity to get their technology set up. The other big part of why we're giving you that 15-minute window is because we want to give you an opportunity to establish a family watch party. What is a family watch party? So I'm a mom of a junior. I don't have a senior, but I think if this was his senior year, I would want to make sure that grandma and grandpa and aunts and uncles and our closest friends and neighbors are all a part of this virtual graduation ceremony. And you can do that by setting up a family or a virtual watch party for your family and friends and whoever you want to invite. So how do you go about doing that? We are posting the graduation video on May 7th. So it'll actually be posted a couple days before graduation. And once you see it posted on your high school Facebook pages, you'll want to click this button that says Get a Reminder. So you'll click that button, and then 2 minutes prior to the video actually premiering and starting, so 12:45, so a couple minutes before 12:45 for our Monarch graduates or 4:45 for our Titan graduates, you'll start to get reminders that says the video's about to begin, the video's about to begin, the premiere's about to start. Sorry about that. So a countdown will then start for the next 2 minutes. Once that countdown starts, once the video actually plays, you'll want to click this button, the Start button. And that will actually start your virtual watch party for you. Once you start the watch party, you'll get a pop-up window where you can post that to your timeline. You can say something like, join us in watching Samantha's graduation. Or you can post anything you want. You can have that pre-written and copy and paste it. You can post it right there because you've got 15 minutes before the ceremony is actually going to begin. So you'll type that message onto your timeline, and you'll start with that actual description. Then the next thing you want to do is invite your friends to the watch party. So they have to be your friends on Facebook to actually invite them. So you'll want to select grandma and grandpa and whoever you want. You can select all of your friends. You can invite everybody that is a friend of yours on Facebook to view the graduation ceremony, or you can keep your watch party a little bit smaller and more confidential. That is totally up to you. Once you invite your friends, then you'll want to click the Start button right here. To actually start the watch party. And then you'll be able to actually view the video, and on the side you'll have a comment screen. So your family and your closest friends can engage throughout the entire video as it premieres in this watch party. You can comment about things that are happening. You can send your well wishes to our graduate, whatever you want to do. But those comments will be just the people that you invited to your family or your personal watch parties. Seniors, you could even do a watch party with your closest friends and your fellow graduates, and you can comment online throughout the entire graduation ceremony. The alternative to Facebook is YouTube. So we made a very conscious decision that we wanted the video to premiere on YouTube in a different way than we were premiering it on Facebook. So the YouTube video is going to act just like any other YouTube video. It will be posted right at 1 o'clock for Monarchs, right at 5 o'clock for our Titan graduates. You'll be able to fast forward, rewind, restart it. Anything that you can do with the normal YouTube video right now, you'll be able to do with the virtual graduation ceremony. A little bit different than the Facebook approach, which is going to feel a little bit more live and actual engaging. The advantage of YouTube is that YouTube is very easy to connect to a smart TV, and the other advantage is that you can stop, fast forward, rewind, do all of those things. It's really a personal preference for what works best for you and your family in this celebration of your graduate. A few recommendations that we would make is to plan some kind of a household family. We would love for all of our seniors at Monarchs at 1 o'clock to be watching the ceremony at the same time. It would be awesome if they were wearing their cap and gown. And then we would, again, encourage you as parents to post pictures of your seniors in their cap and gown and their reaction to the virtual graduation ceremony as it's actually happening. Again, remember to use those hashtags, hashtag Monarchs 2020 or hashtag Titans 2020. So that's the virtual graduation ceremony. Now I'm going to rewind to Friday night, May 8th, and the Honors Night program. We are actually going to do the Honors Night program premiere it exactly as we're doing the graduation program. So it'll be premiered on Facebook. It'll be posted 15 minutes prior to the ceremony actually beginning. Again, you can have the watch party, you can have some fun with it, engaging in with your family and friends, or you can watch it on YouTube and that will be posted right at 6 o'clock. The Honors Night program is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be quite a virtual ceremony. Instead, it's going to be more of a story of highlights of the Monarch class of 2020 and the Titan class of 2020. We are, as a part of that Honors Night video, featuring all of the scholarship recipients and honoring and recognizing our students that receive scholarships and their accomplishments. On Saturday night is the fireworks display. The fireworks are scheduled to go off right at 9 o'clock at Warner Park. Just a quick shout out, you can see in the top corner there our sponsors for the fireworks, Hy-Vee, the Sarpy Sports Commission. We could not do this event without the sponsors. So a quick shout out to them and their willingness to recognize our classes of 2020. The fireworks are really dedicated to our Monarch and Titan class. Parking is available at Warner Park. We've had a lot of questions about, are you going to do reserve parking for our seniors? We would have loved to do that, but it's almost 1,000 stalls that we would need to reserve parking for our seniors, so that just was not possible. But you can park at Warner Park. I believe they're opening their gates at 7:30. Or we are also making available parking at our 3 schools that are near Warner Park. So that would be Prairie Queen Elementary, Liberty Middle School, and Papillion La Vista South. We have worked with the Sarpy Cass Health Department and said, what do we need to do to make sure we're following the health guidelines with this fireworks display? And so our lots are not opening until 8:30. at those 3 schools. They'll open up right at 8:30, and then individuals can come in and park. And we are also, just like Warner Park, saying that everyone has to stay in their vehicles. We want to do this fireworks celebration, but we still have to remember that there are social distancing regulations and different things that we need to do to make sure that we're protecting the health and safety of everyone. So individuals watching the fireworks on school grounds as well as at Warner Park will have to stay in their vehicles. I do want to note that on school property, we are not allowing alcohol. I know that that is allowed at Warner Park. So we would probably encourage our students and our minors to be the ones that are parking on school grounds, because no alcohol will be allowed. We do have supervision of the parking lots, as well as supervision of the parking lots at Warner Park, to make sure that we are protecting the health and safety of everyone during this celebration of our seniors. The last thing I have for you is just a request. Tomorrow, seniors are actually picking up their caps and gowns on May 1st. And once they pick up those cap and gowns, we're asking for videos. We really want this virtual ceremony to be personalized. And what's a graduation ceremony without pictures of our graduates in their caps and gowns? So once you get your cap and gown, we would love for you to take a video of your graduate, or seniors take videos of each other in your cap and gown, tossing your cap up in the air and sending those graduation videos directly to us. We will then incorporate all of the videos that we receive by Wednesday, May 6th at noon into the actual graduation ceremony. So that's just, again, another way to try to get that personal connection to our seniors and incorporate them in their actual cap and gowns as a part of the virtual graduation ceremony. And just as a little incentive, we will put all the graduation videos that we receive, their names will go into a drawing to win a prize for the actual, and those prizes are actually prizes that were donated for post-prom or graduate straight. And we know we're not having those events, but we wanted to make sure that we were able to get those prizes directly in the hands of our seniors, which is where those prizes needed to go. So anyone that submits a video is going to get their name into a drawing to win an amazing prize. How do you submit your videos? There's a bunch of different options. As you pick up your caps and gowns tomorrow, there will also be a flyer in the bag that will explain how to submit your videos. It's also included in the email that accompanied this video link. Finally, I just want to conclude with we're working really hard to try to make this a special, memorable moment for our Monarch and Titan class of 2020. If you have any questions, we want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to view the virtual graduation, hopefully live right there at 1 o'clock or 5 o'clock, depending upon which school you're graduating from. But if you have any questions or need follow-up, please feel free to contact your high school, or you can also email plcscommunications@paplv.org with any questions that you may have. And finally, I just want to conclude with a congratulations to our class of 2020. It's an amazing culminating activity of 13 years of really hard work. So congratulations on being our graduates that we are honoring in the first ever virtual graduation ceremony.